Imagine that you're 8 years old, clutching a brand new book with a glittery cover, snowflakes, matchsticks, and a golden Christmas tree. You race home, imagining a tale of cozy fires and candy canes. But as you turn the pages, your smile falters. The Little Match Girl is a story where a young girl tries to sell matchsticks in New Year's Eve, shivering in a cold snowstorm. Her matches won't sell. Her feet bleed. Shivering in an alleyway, she lights the matches and visions of warmth and happiness engulf her. However, by dawn, she's gone, a frozen smile on her lips in an alleyway filled with snow. I read this book when I was 8 years old. I kept thinking about snow and death and how beautiful the story was, even though it was sad. I had never seen snow nor experienced death, so it was a new experience to read the match girl die surrounded by snow. Maybe I'm a little bit dark, but I think any child who reads this book will not be traumatized. They may be sad for a few days, but not traumatized. Was this why such heavy topics were common in European folktales? Because children can handle it? Or was it something else? The answer lies in the raw truth of 19th century Europe, where stories like Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Match Girl weren't just fiction, they were mirrors. In the mid-19th century, Denmark was undergoing significant social changes due to the Industrial Revolution, which exacerbated the divide between the rich and the poor. The plight of child laborers in 19th century Europe was a harrowing testament to innocence crushed under the wheels industry. Children as young as 4 toiled in suffocating textile mills, their small bodies hunched over machines for up to 16 hours a day, breathing air thick with cotton dust that choked their lungs and stunted their growth. In coal mines, they crawled through pitch-black tunnels, narrower than coffins, dragging heavy carts until their bones ached and their spirits broke. Pale, skeletal figures emerged at dusk, their faces hollowed by exhaustion, their hands raw from mending threads or scrubbing chimneys. And in the match factories, girls as young as 14 worked in a toxic ballet of exploitation, their hands trembling over vats of white phosphorus that gnawed at their bones and rotted their jaws. The air hung heavy with the stench of brimstone and despair as workers dipped matchsticks into lethal chemical brews, their faces gaunt under the flicker of gaslights. For pennies a day, they endured fines for dirty feet or burnt matches, trivial sins punished by wage deductions that left the families scavenging for moldy bread. The lucky ones coughed blood from phosphorus-induced tuberculosis. The unlucky succumbed to posy jaw, their gums swelling into grotesque abscesses before their teeth fell out in clumps, leaving gaping holes where smiles once lived. Even the meager wages became death sentences as starving children licked phosphorus-coated matches, mistaking the sweet-tipped poison for candy. Interestingly, some theories suggest that the little match girl's visions of warmth and her grandmother could stem from white phosphorus poisoning. Prolonged exposure to white phosphorus disrupts the nervous system, potentially causing hallucinations or delirium. While Andersen's tale doesn't explicitly mention poisoning, the girl's desperate state and the era's widespread use of toxic matches make this a plausible interpretation of her hallucinations, adding another layer of tragedy to her plight. In 1888, activist Annie Besant exposed Bryant and May's match factory in London, where workers, mostly young women, faced starvation wages and posy jaw. After publishing an article condemning their practices, Besant helped organize a strike involving 1,400 workers. Public outrage and donations forced the company to improve wages and working conditions. Her campaign, alongside efforts by unions and reformers, led to the 1908 ban on white phosphorus in the UK, replacing it with safer red phosphorus. Though written decades earlier, Andersen's tale amplified awareness of these issues, joining works by Dickens and reformers like Besant to humanize the poor. Inspired by the story, Amsterdam celebrates Little Magical Day on December 21st each year to raise awareness about child poverty today. Schools and artists collaborate to retell the tale, emphasizing that 1 in 5 Amsterdam children still live in poverty despite the city's wealth. Workshops and light installations encourage activism, turning Andersen's narrative into a modern call for social justice. While direct policy links are elusive, scholars like Dr. Jack Zipes argue that such stories reshaped public consciousness, fostering empathy for marginalized groups and paving the way for broader reforms. Today, the story remains a stark reminder of the consequences of inequality and the power of art to ignite change. From viral social media campaigns to interactive adaptations, its themes continue to challenge audiences to confront systemic injustice, proving that even the smallest flame can illuminate darkness.